Chelsea set £60 million transfer stance after bizarre Cristiano Ronaldo rumours. A storm erupted in West London as Stamford Bridge descended into a frenzy of disbelief. The name Cristiano Ronaldo danced in the wind like a ghost from a dream, leaving Chelsea fans flabbergasted, curious, hopeful, and perhaps even unsettled. The rumor of Ronaldo's sensational return to European football with a blue shirt sparked 1,000 questions and very few answers. But beneath the dazzle of the spectacle, something seismic was shifting inside Chelsea FC. The Blues were preparing for something entirely different. While the Ronaldo gossip grabbed headlines, Chelsea's hierarchy was working quietly, meticulously, on a colossal £60 million decision, one that could shape the club's future, redefine its attacking strategy, and ultimately mark a symbolic end to the chaos of previous transfer windows. Todd Boehly's era had already been full of surprises, but the most recent development was more than a boardroom twist. It was a revelation of identity, vision, and ruthless financial strategy. While Ronaldo's silhouette loomed large in speculative circles, Chelsea were orchestrating their next move with surgical precision. The Ronaldo smokescreen. Rumors began to swirl, but Cristiano Ronaldo was eyeing a dramatic return to top-flight European football after expressing quiet discontent in the Saudi Pro League. With whispers of his representatives reaching out to top-tier clubs, Chelsea's name was astonishingly dragged into the rumor mill. Despite denials from official channels, the fire only grew. Fan pages, betting markets, and pundit panels erupted with predictions. Would the five-time Ballon d'Or winner grace Stamford Bridge in one last hurrah? It didn't matter that Chelsea's philosophy under Moresca was youth-focused, that Ronaldo's wage bill would shatter the wage structure, and that the tactical fit seemed implausible. The name alone was enough to stoke hysteria. But while Ronaldo's name consumed attention, Chelsea were using that distraction as a veil, one behind which a bold £60 million statement was being carefully, quietly prepared. The real target, the £60 million answer to Chelsea's striker dilemma. While the footballing world turned its eyes to Ronaldo, Chelsea's sporting directors and recruitment analysts were zoning in on an entirely different name, one that fits the club's new identity, future-proof ambitions, and tactical framework: Jonathan David. The Canadian forward had long been on Chelsea's radar. His record at Lille, particularly in League One and continental competitions, was nothing short of extraordinary for a player under the age of 25. A dynamic, sharp, and tactically versatile forward, David represents the opposite of Ronaldo in every way, yet paradoxically exactly what Chelsea need. Chelsea's £60 million valuation isn't arbitrary. It's a precise signal. A statement that the days of reckless splurging are over. Gone are the £100 million panic buys, the glamour projects. This is targeted investment. Sources close to the club confirmed that Maresca personally reviewed David's match footage and was convinced that his movement, adaptability, and pressing intensity align with his system. The message was passed on. Make it happen, but only on the right terms. Why Chelsea refused the Ronaldo circus? In another era, perhaps just 2 years ago, Chelsea might have seriously considered the Ronaldo gamble. Shirt sales, social media metrics, global attention, it would have been irresistible. But this Chelsea isn't chasing headlines anymore. Ronaldo's name might sell tickets, but Chelsea need points, goals, consistency, cohesion. And at 39, Ronaldo can't offer what David promises at 24. Behind closed doors, Chelsea executives privately laughed off the rumor. Not because they disrespected Ronaldo, but because the speculation so dramatically contrasted with their carefully calibrated strategy. But they didn't issue a public denial. Why? Because the circus had its uses. While fans and journalists speculated, Chelsea finalized terms with agents, planned a structured payment plan with Lille, and analyzed secondary data to confirm their conviction. Ronaldo was the smokescreen. David was the mission. A £60 million gamble or genius? Not everyone agrees with Chelsea's £60 million valuation. Critics argue that David, playing in the less intense League One competition, hasn't proven himself in a top-4 European league. But Chelsea's recruitment model no longer waits for proven status. It bets on data, potential, and age curve analysis. David ranks in the top 5% of strikers in Europe for non-penalty XG per 90. His off-the-ball movement is world-class. His defensive contribution makes him a pressing machine. For Moresca, he's not just a striker, he's a system enhancer. £60 million isn't just a transfer fee, it's a message to the Premier League. Chelsea are done playing the old game. Fan reactions? A divided kingdom. As the Ronaldo saga died down and the David revelation broke, Chelsea fans split into two camps. One camp, disillusioned by failed marquee signings, embraced the David approach. They wanted structure, long-term strategy, and a striker who didn't arrive with a personal brand larger than the club. The other camp mourned what could have been. Ronaldo in Chelsea blue would have been legendary, iconic, even if it was temporary. Social media boiled over. £60 million on David is smart business. Ronaldo's time is over, wrote a fan. Imagine Ronaldo's debut at the Bridge. Missed opportunity, sighed another. The club, meanwhile, watched quietly. Their plan had worked. Distraction, focus, execution. The Ronaldo ghost had served its purpose. Behind the scenes, Moresca's influence. Enzo Maresca is no ordinary coach. Steeped in Pep Guardiola's tactical laboratory at City, he arrived at Chelsea with clarity. He demanded vertical compactness, structured build-up, positional rotations, and dynamic forward play. In tactical meetings, Moresca pointed to David's runs between center-backs. This is the profile, he told his analysts. Not just goals, intelligence, discipline, pressing. Chelsea's previous coaches fought with ownership over targets. Moresca collaborates. His influence on the David pursuit has been instrumental. Data, not drama. Chelsea's data department has undergone a transformation. Bully invested heavily in recruitment analytics post-Potter. The new directive, predict performance, not just scout talent. David's numbers glisten. 0.65 xG per 90, 7.9 pressures in the final third per match, 84% pass completion in dangerous areas, 14 goals from open play last season. For the first time in years, Chelsea's big money signing feels earned. What David means for Chelsea's attack. David's arrival, now a near certainty, could reshape Chelsea's front line. Nkunku's creative freedom, Sterling's wing dynamism, Palmer's unpredictability, and David as the spearhead. It's a front four Moresca can mold, not babysit. Armando Broja's loan or sale becomes inevitable. Nicholas Jackson, who had shown sparks, could be rotated or used in a two-striker system occasionally. More importantly, David provides Chelsea with something they haven't had since Diego Costa, a striker who runs towards the ball, behind the defense, and through the channels. The death of the old Chelsea. This £60 million deal is more than a signing. It's the symbolic burial of the old Chelsea. The Chelsea that chased stars over systems, that valued hype over harmony, that signed too many and fit too few. David represents intentionality, measured ambition, a pathway from chaos to coherence. And in the ruins of the Ronaldo circus, that quiet clarity shines even brighter. What happens next? Lille are open to the deal. Chelsea's lawyers are drafting final agreements. Medicals are being scheduled. The announcement will arrive not with fireworks, but with a calm confidence. The real story isn't Ronaldo. It's Chelsea's rebirth, and David is the opening chapter. But don't blink, because Chelsea aren't stopping. With the Ronaldo distraction out of the way and David nearly secured, attention turns to the midfield. Romeo Lavia is still admired. A creative pivot from Spain is being considered, and a young center-back is being scouted in Germany. Chelsea have learned. Not all noise is truth. Sometimes the biggest decisions happen in silence. And in that silence, they've made their smartest move yet. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our Football Focus YouTube channel for more update news.